When I start shooting, all y'all gonna clear out.
Bro, I don't know if it's you guys, but someone out there is a hater. Y'all be hating. Y'all won't even let someone celebrate their accomplishments without saying like, lol, you play Yoshi, you can't do this, that, you can't do this. And I'm like, bro, how did we become this way? Where we are just hating on any accomplishments that anyone else makes. Oh, this person did something. Let me think of something to just downplay and gatekeep and just to try to rain on this guy's parade. Like, you could tell, bro. But look, funny enough, TheMainManSWE made this video about ranks, and he was talking about the rank inflation. And I watched this, right? I already seen it. Hold on, before we get to that though, anyone who tells you there's rank inflation in Tekken 8 doesn't know what they're talking about. In Tekken 7, I reached 10 Omegas max rank with a win rate of 2/3, and in Tekken 3 with 3/4 or even more, and the best I reach consistently, top 10 in the world leaderboards, is God 4. You have these pro players who stream all day and they just go back and forth between like God 2 and 3. I don't know what's so brutal about the point distribution or something to make it that way.
And I don't know what game they played, because Fujin and Takasama was
So look, he's talking about rank in Tekken 7, Fujin ranks, blue ranks. When I was in blue ranks in Tekken 7, it was a real challenge. I felt like I was playing real Tekken. Seeing how much I know now and punishing this and movement that and throw breaks this, I don't know, maybe TheMainMan's right. Maybe I was really in blue ranks playing like a complete moron, and maybe blue ranks has always been that way. When I look at blue ranks now, they're not throw breaking, they're not doing this, they're not doing... The only difference though is that when I was in blue ranks, I had a better understanding of the mechanics. When I look at blue ranks today, those guys don't know how to use heat. If I was a blue rank, I feel like I would know how to use heat because I knew how to use rage drive.
Even Tekken God Prime was not that difficult to reach in Tekken 7. A 30 defense Chipmunk Lucky Chloe could become Tekken God Prime.
When a broken DLC character came out, people were able to get God Prime really easy. Now, you can't do that. These animates are trapped, even with Anna. Same thing with Haran. Look at this. You guys suck. Oh my God. Notice the 5% battle ruler. Look at this now. 7.4% is back in battle ruler.
Big win streak bonuses up until, I believe, Bushin.
And I remember when I was talking about how these are the reason that the ranks are inflated. Everyone was like, no, that's not the reason ranks are inflated. The reason why people are getting higher ranks is because the pros are now in the God 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 ranks. And I'm like, no, idiot, that's not how it works. Like, the ranks are inflated because they're giving you guys 3,000 extra points for no reason. Bro, what? Promote 5 ranks in 14 matches. 10,000 points for every 2 matches after bonus multiplier kicked in. So you can see here, fresh account, only 14 wins and 14 battles. And you can see with that alone, bro is already in blue ranks. And you can see the last match that bro won, he got 6,000 points for it. That's so gold player ranks are not smurfing. That's not true. Look at how many supreme ranks there are. Look at how many God of Destruction. How many of these 10 million matches do you think is smurfs? They changed the rank system because they want to inflate everyone's ego. All of the competitive ranked games do the same thing. If we had Marvel Rivals and Smite charts, we can overlay it with Tekken and it would look the same. And that's because all of the games are doing it for the same reason. And it's not because of Smurfs, it's because they want to reward the player for nothing so they can play more.
Situation where there's absolutely an artificial boost that the game gives you because the devs want a lot of people to be in blue ranks and up until Bushin.
Why do they want people to be in blue ranks? Because they know Tekken, usually blue ranks are valued. The developers try to put people into that valued section, but now we're saying blue ranks aren't valued anymore. And I know no one wants to, say that like they're carried. No one wants to admit that like if it wasn't for what the developers did to Tekken 8, they would be sitting back in red ranks. If they didn't do what they did, I probably would not have God. I probably would have Tekken King, right? Okay. But we can't sit here and cope about it. Not if we want it to be fixed. Who wants it to be fixed? Who wants rank inflation to be fixed? Look, we're all sitting here talking about some rank inflation sucks. They ruined the game. Who wants to go back to the red ranks? Let me get a show of hands. Anyone? Anyone?
But then the other side of a coin is that once you've hit Bushin and you're gonna hit Tekken King, here you start hitting the hardest plateau you will ever hit in Tekken. Because now all of that artificial point gain is lost.
They know that they're starting to lose now. They know that they're not climbing through the ranks like they once were. And they start to figure out like why. Like I was winning and now I'm not. I was, but see, here's the thing. You weren't winning. You weren't winning. The game was just telling you you were winning. You look at your stats and you lose the majority of your matches. The thing is that you still rank up even though that's the case. You can have a like 40% win rate. You can have a negative KD and still get promoted in this game, right? So you think that you're winning the majority of your matches, but really you're getting bodied, bro. If we were to pull up a blue rank player's win-loss ratio, I guarantee you got like 2,000 losses and like 1,000 wins. And yet you're like Bushin. Like, that's the thing. It's like this game doesn't punish you for losing. So it gives these people this mindset that they're like really ranking up. They're really good. But then all of a sudden when they hit Bushin, they hit a brick wall. And then what that does is they start to try to figure out why. It's a natural like human thing. It's like I was doing this thing. It's not working. Why? But the issue with that is that they start to blame balancing. Yes, balancing for this game is terrible, but you are not stuck in blue ranks because of balancing. People use balancing as an escape. Oh, if my character was stronger, that's the number one thing people say, my character is stronger. People also say if the other characters were weaker, if the heat system, if power crushes, if this is why you see blue rank players being hungry for balance, because they think it's why they're stuck. And this is the problem with what the developers did. Is like the developers tricked all you guys into thinking that you're good, and then once they took away your bonus points, now you guys are like complaining about like no longer progressing. And the truth is that you weren't progressing. It sucks that it's this way, because now you guys are going to face the hard reality. And this is what I say about blue ranks in Tekken King, that transition. You really need to understand the game. You need to do everything in your power to really cook. And if you don't, bro, you're not progressing. You're not. Like when I see blue rank players not use heat, I tell you guys, and I say it all the time, very repetitively. I'm saying, the blue rank players, they're not using heat. Look at this match. They're not using heat. You look at, they're not using heat. The reason why I say that is because, bro, you're not going to beat me if you're not using heat. If you are not popping heat, if you're not doing heat smashes, if you're not defensively using heat, you're not getting out of blue ranks. You're not. Because in my rank, bro, people will smoke you with all heat. Bro, everyone literally complains about heat. I could go on Twitter right now, refresh the feed, and someone's probably complaining about heat. It's the most busted thing to ever exist in Tekken, yet the blue rank players don't use it. This is my point. It's like blue rank players think they're so good at the game, they don't even use the best thing in the game. It's crazy. You guys are not making it out of blue ranks without using heat. I won't let you. I will not let you. I will physically hold you down there myself with heat smash mix-ups, with plus frames, with heat activations to break your pressure. You're not doing it, bro. And when I look at blue ranks game, I've been looking at blue ranks gameplay for over a year, and I see the same flaws everywhere. They all do it. Moon Spawn kept them on auto. I'm about to smurf. I'm about to create 1,000 auto accounts like low tier god, and I'm just gonna camp in the Tekken Kings.
Now you have to actually win a lot. You need a decent win-loss ratio to get through in these ranks. Now rank it significantly harder for that reason. Artificial point gain is down the toilet now.
When I say this, I know people will get offended. I know people will get butthurt. But the people who don't get butthurt, the people who don't get offended, and they just take the knowledge, bro, you're going to be up here with me, God of Destruction, God Supreme, popping off too. If you want to be a little crybaby and get butthurt, enjoy blue ranks forever. I'm being honest, bro. You can watch all of the tutorials, you can watch all of the how to beat this character. If you are not using heat, and if you were complaining about balance when you lose, you're not winning. Simple as that, bro. You're not. Accept your loss, understand that it's your fault, figure out what you can do to get better, which is use heat. That's the easiest thing, bro. Easiest thing. We're not even talking about punishing, breaking throws, playing defense. We're just talking about heat. Once we get past that point, once I start seeing blue ranks use heat, then we could talk about other things. But nah, bro. The problem here is prowess. No, it's not. There's no. We not about to blame no. Look, bro. Look, this was supposed to be a simple reaction to this main man video, and you guys are coping hard. There is no prowess matchmaking. There is no Smurf problem. Nah, bro. It's just you and me. Nothing else matters, bro. You think when I was in rank, bro, I was looking at this and I was thinking about that? And no, bro, I'm thinking, who's my next opponent? If they have a higher prowess than you, or if the prowess is different, then get good. Get better. I ain't blaming none of my losses on prowess.